Now that is what I like to see. We got some blue skies poking through on a fine Thursday. How goes it? It's almost 10 o'clock my time. And I'm up in time to get up, get going, and making sure that I get my wands in the mail ASAP. Good morning, Evan. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing exceptionally well. You get to a point in your life and you get to a point in your life where you're asking yourself, the fuck is this? Like if you're a diabetic and you can't have sugar, so you're eating 0 calorie, like non-sweet shit while watching Cake Boss, you'd be like, oh, fuck this shit. Right. That's like trying to masturbate when you have a fucking dry spell. At some point, you'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? You're watching pornography. You're watching some chick do her thing. The chick's good looking. You're like, hey, I'm getting into it. But then at the same time, you're like, dude, I can't reach out and cuddle with her and carry on a conversation afterwards. The fuck is this shit? And then after a minute, it kind of loses its appeal, man. You know, so sometimes in life, you just kind of, yeah. Because I had a shit ton of drink last night, and I woke up and I'm still kind of going a little bit, but not too much. I am an asshole if you wait, I am an asshole if you tempt me. My tank is on empty. No patience for these haters who talk shit and then can't handle it and call me a bitch when they're being a fucking hypocrite. Shit. Sick and tired of all these wannabe goths. You sit there and call me wannabe, but look in the mirror before you judge me. When goths should be supporting each other instead. Shit. But fuck all the haters and fuck suicide, because living's just a slow journey to the dead. And that's enough said. Chicka bust a rhyme. I'm gonna rip some of those lyrics off from Slim Shady a little bit, but is it hard to conjure a thunderstorm? Not really, no. I'm about to go on my journeys for the day and deliver wands and get what I need for supplies. No, Trey, it's not hard to conjure a thunderstorm if you're gifted enough. I must have had, yeah. And I don't mind when friends are like, "Oh, please let Josh get some pussy," you know. That's different than you need to get laid. You know what I'm saying? Because at least they're praying for me. They're looking out for me, you know. And I feel like men and women should not try to set their friends up. Now, hear me out on this. Love can be a beautiful thing if you find the right person. However, you can't force a good thing, Facebook. And don't be afraid to have standards, you know. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, if that chick makes you happy, then who the fuck cares what anybody else thinks? As long as you two are old enough to date and what have you, then who the fuck cares? But you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, yeah. It don't matter who you date, you're always gonna have some asshole talking shit. You know what I'm saying, Facebook? And the biggest problem I have with the dating scene is my YouTube. Even if I don't introduce my girlfriend to YouTube, it has a way of getting leaked onto the internet. All it would take is for some fan to drive by, "King Cobra, what's up?" And then they see me holding hands with some chick, and they take a picture, and then they drive off, and I'm like, oh crap. That's all it would take. And then I guess to the internet, and then people start asking, "Hey, I heard you," you know what I'm saying? Now, considering the way my last relationship went, I'm going to be a bit more careful about if I am lucky enough to get a cute girlfriend in the near distant future. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to be a bit more careful about introducing her to YouTube because all my haters basically bullied Summer into breaking up with me, and that's kind of bullshit. You know? But it is what it is, dude. I'm not going to let these haters stop me from making a living, having girlfriends, and living my life. You know what I'm saying? Because all these haters want is for me to be miserable and sad and depressed all the time. Oh, he's a goth with autism. So they automatically expect me to be a depressed, miserable piece of shit. So cliche. And by the way, the Gothic D1 pages are all fake. I could have told you that. I could have fucking told you that, dude. I either deduced that one, it was either Gothic D, or two, it was some troll fucking with me and her trying to get more drama started. And my second guess was right. How about that? Because who in their fucking right mind is going to sell wands for $400? When you can have wands made by a practitioner, which is way more powerful than having wands blessed by a practitioner, which is a more loose way of putting it, I suppose. So if you haven't had a girlfriend in quite some time, don't trip out about it. If anything, being single is a blessing in disguise. You see just how shitty people's relationships are from your perspective. A lot of people try to pretend like their relationship's perfect, that no one else's can compare, and that, oh, he or she's the best. Yeah. Don't bullshit me. Nobody's boyfriend-girlfriend relationship is perfect. Even if you hardly ever fight, you're still going to fight. And it's usually going to be over something stupid and mild, because that's human nature. Humans are petty creatures. Sorry, that's the Jack Daniels I had earlier last night talking. Oof. Now I wanted to see how my friends are doing, and I don't get out of my apartment very much, and I have a couple little bit of people that I hang around here in town, you know. Most people think, well, I bet you're not very social because you're autistic. Well, yes and no, I guess. Oof. I'll drink some water. Hold on a second. Yeah. That's a good thing. Gotta stay hydrated. And I have a lazy eye on both sides, so people can misinterpret my gaze pretty quickly. So I've gotten into the habit of just learning to close one eye when I have to, so that way people don't misinterpret my gaze. People think I'm checking them out when I'm not, and I'm just like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Ugh, fucking irritating. You know, a man can be a ladies' man without having sex. Prove me wrong. Because that's just physical. Anybody can have sex. But if you get women that talk about you and you haven't even gotten intimate with them, if you get women that talk about you that you're not related to, and I mean closely, of course, I mean distance, you know, it's a gray area, but I'm not going into that. You know, if you got women talking about you in general, you know what I'm saying, that you don't know, like, oh, hey, it's that guy, it's the goth gentleman, you know, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? And that's the persona I try to project, like my last Pipe Thoughts video that I made. People, often women, they see the serious goth look and it gets misinterpreted, you know. It doesn't help that I have one of those serious goth faces, brooding musician type, you know. I look like I always got a pissed off look on my face or some shit, and it's like, no. People think I'm insane because I am frowning all the time. And when I see a lot of people who are in relationships going, oh, I wish I was single. And then you see a lot of people who are single going, oh, I wish I had somebody. It just makes me laugh because it's the same argument, just the script's flipped. Now, if I made like $3,000 in the last couple of months just selling wands, then I know I make enough money to take chicks out on dates and shit. Just gotta learn to budget my money better. And that's something that, you know, at least I can admit it. Okay, for the life of me, I tried to do that Cheetos challenge like I did on my YouTube channel a while back. I took a whole bowl like this one, this very same bowl I did the last challenge in. And I mixed the cheddar jalapeno with the Flamin' Hot. And I reattempted it twice, and I couldn't do it. So instead of trying to challenge myself to eating it, I've just been snacking on it. Because these chips are spicy. Not only are they spicy, but the heat of the chips will clear out my sinuses. It just seems oddly convenient. I'm about to ask this chick out here in town that I know. She's pretty cute. She listens to heavy metal and rock and roll, you know. We make each other laugh with jokes and shit, so that seems to be a good thing going, potentially, you know. And I'm sitting here going, fuck yeah, I want to ask this chick out. Oh, you got a cold. Ha 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 ha. I'm like, no. A true gentleman will wait till he's over his cold before he asks a chick out. You want to make a good first impression on your potential lady friend. I've heard of being lovesick, but that's ridiculous. And passing a cold on to your date after the first couple of dates, that's not a good way to make a good impression. No. Nope. I'm gonna have a handful of these. I get a paycheck in like 4 days, so go to the bank, get some money to ship my wands out. And then after that, get some more sandpaper at Ace Hardware. And after that, go to the dollar store, get some ramen. I didn't know this, but apparently you can get a big old box of ramen. It's knockoff ramen, but it's still ramen noodles for only $1. A big ass box of ramen for $1. That's a pretty good deal, dude. There's a dollar store over by 12th Street Auto. And here in town, and I didn't know this until last night, but apparently, and maybe the other dollar store carries it too. I'll check there first. I'm sitting here kicking myself because I'm like, dude, I like pizza, but goddamn. Pizza delivery places are kind of expensive. But as long as I enjoy the pizza, who cares, right? And the best way to get over a cold, hot showers, sleep, yeah, spicy food. And right now, I got a mixture of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and cheddar jalapeno Cheetos in this bowl. Not spicy enough. If you're the kind of person, Cheetos disease. If you're the kind of person that normally doesn't eat spicy food, you get a cold, get yourself a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and a bag of cheddar jalapeno Cheetos, mix them together and eat them. You want something spicy enough to kick your immune system into overdrive. You get something that'll clear out your sinuses. You want something to jumpstart your sinuses, and because that's what spicy food does. It clears out your sinuses. And when you have a cold, your sinuses are stuffed up. Think about it. Think about it. Yeah. Eating spicy food is not only good for your immune system, but you get a cold and your sinuses are stuffed up. And normally when you get sick, you lose your appetite. And it's like, ugh. But you eat some spicy food, then blow your nose as often as you can. Rule of thumb, if she was hot when you started drinking, then she's only going to get hotter when you continue drinking. But you wake up next to Chewbacca like, what the fuck did I do last night? Oh, man. However, if she's pretty before you start drinking, then she's going to be even prettier when you do start drinking. Same logic, but at least when you wake up to her, you're going to be going, damn, how the fuck did I pull that off? You know, women call me shallow for having standards, and it's so fucking hypocritical. Like, well, you have standards too, otherwise you wouldn't be with the man in your life. So don't judge somebody else for the same thing you do. And a lot of women hate that shit. But it's the truth. It's like, he doesn't go with the flow of things. These little bastards right here. Which one's spicier, Flamin' Hot Cheetos or cheddar jalapeno Cheetos? Try some of the Flamin' Hot. Shower like cheddar jalapeno. The Flamin' Hot Cheetos are a little bit harder, but not by much. Doing a little taste comparison. So instead of doing it for a YouTube challenge, I've been using this bowl of spicy chips to try to speed up my immune system a bit. And it seems to be working quite nicely, Facebook. Take a jalapeno, dip it in horseradish, eat the son of a bitch. That'll knock your cold in the next Wednesday. It might make you tear up a little bit, but I guarantee you after a couple of those, all the snot will exit your body. Straight up. Take a couple jalapenos, dip them in horseradish, eat the jalapenos, take a hot steamy shower. Boom. And kiss your cold goodbye. If a raw jalapeno dipped in horseradish isn't spicy enough to knock your immune system and your sinuses and clear them out, then I don't know what is. And you're probably a pepper junkie, so you'll need something a little bit spicier. And just that little bit in the bowl right there that I've been munching on Facebook Live. That's enough to get the tongue burning. Yeah. Like when you're using spicy food to clear out your sinuses after having a cold, it doesn't have to be stupid spicy, just spicy enough to, oh, holy shit, you know. Spicy enough to make you cry a little bit. Now, after eating that Carolina Reaper on YouTube, I'm surprised I still have a stomach for spicy food. God damn. But compared to that Carolina Reaper, these are pretty mild. Did a video eating a Carolina Reaper. I didn't film the aftermath, but eating a Carolina Reaper on an empty stomach, oh man, that shit was intense. That right there, that put me to the limit on how much heat I can handle. Yep, I definitely got Cheetos disease now. Look at that. Hold on a second. And when you have Cheetos disease, there's only 2 known cures, and here's one of them. Here's the other cure. Washing your hands. Just enough heat to definitely kick my sinuses into overdrive. Now, there's a good reason why I cut back on my spicy food intake. Makes my tolerance go down just a little bit. Now, see, after eating the combination of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and cheddar jalapeno Cheetos, you can definitely see there's a little bit of redness in my face. That's a spicy meatball. Well, that's the thing of it, is I didn't save the video because it was pretty pathetic. And I've already done the challenge, so it's take a quick shower before I gotta do what I gotta do. Have you? What do you gotta do today? Well, today I am mailing off wands. Yeah. Today I gotta go get my wands mailed off, get them in the mail. We're doing that here shortly. Check back with you in a minute.